locked into You Are Urban iPlayer Radio, the world's first urban podcast network.
Yeah, they need some real brothers critiquing the movie.
Yeah, giving up the real shit.
Right, man. You dig?
Real brothers.
Say,
Welcome, people. Welcome to Two Urban Guys at the Movies.
dude, this has been a long time coming.
Long time coming, man.
I truly have been waiting to do this for a minute. Like,
Same here.
Ever
Same
since
here.
you came to me with a concept, I was like, you know what? I'm excited. I'm
Gotta do
excited
this.
to do this.
Gotta do this.
Yeah, man.
this. I'm telling you. So basically, should I just break it down for everyone?
Yeah,
what this
please,
is?
please.
All right, cool. So this is Two Urban Guys at the Movies. We're going to be reviewing movies with an urban twist. So let's just
Okay.
clear it up for them now.
Okay,
right
okay.
now.
Okay, when he says with an urban twist, it doesn't mean that we're only reviewing urban movies. Please,
No.
let's get that out of the way straight
No,
away.
no.
We're basically reviewing all movies, all genres,
Oh,
but from an urban perspective. I need everyone to understand it because I don't want
That's
people
it.
think, oh, we're only reviewing. To be honest, there ain't even that many urban films to review.
to review
Do
anymore
you know what I'm saying?
anyway.
This is 2015.
This is what I'm saying.
Do you know what I mean?
If you can think of a urban movie that ain't got Kevin Hart that's come out in the last 5 years,
Exactly.
then you tell me because I can't think of anything else. All right, so basically,
Yeah.
we're going to be reviewing all type of movies with an urban twist because
Yeah.
every movie, as we know, has an urban twist. We're going to
Yeah.
look at things a little bit differently.
All of them.
And I think we're going to give a real perspective of how
Yeah.
people feel when they go watch movies.
Bruv,
We ain't holding back. We ain't holding back.
Bruv, like I said, yeah, fuck Siskel and Ebert. It's Kwame and Enigma.
Straight.
So we're going to give it to them. You know, none of that sugarcoat. I mean, to be
Nope.
honest, Siskel and Ebert didn't really sugarcoat.
No, they was
Yeah.
respectful
Wh-
when they, you
which
know.
is the one that did?
Egbert is dead. Ebert.
Ebert,
whatever his name is.
Egbert.
Yeah, Egbert.
That's hilarious.
I think his name was that. Yeah.
You know, I'm not even going to diss him because, to be honest, at the end of the day, like, they used to give Eddie some good reviews. I'm not going to lie.
For real.
Yeah, and I'm a humongous Eddie Murphy fan.
We're
yeah.
going to touch on that at
Yeah,
some point.
yeah, yeah.
Trust me,
Yeah,
we're
you
going
know,
to get
as
into
you can see, I
that.
got the Eddie t-shirt on.
Repping Eddie
Yeah,
all
I'm
the time.
always repping Eddie.
But what we're going to
my
do,
dude.
we're going to like really, you know, we're going to give an everyday man's
Yeah.
perspective of how they feel about movies.
Yes.
I'm telling you this now. We're going to
Yeah.
keep it real. We ain't got an answer to no one.
Nah.
We ain't got to try
Real.
and sugarcoat it. We're just going to keep
Real.
it real.
Real,
When
recognize
you come
real,
out the
nigga.
movie, that's how you're going to feel. And we're gonna talk about how you feel.
Yeah.
So what? Let's
Oh,
jump
actually,
to
sorry. Before we carry on, I just want to
Yo.
give a big shout out to our sound man. I
real?
know you can't see him, can't hear him. He's secret. He's in the background.
Bang, bang,
He's
bang.
taking care of all the audio, making sure that you guys can hear us clearly.
Clearly.
Give a big shout out to Ice in the building. Thank you.
Bang, is there.
Thank you, Ice.
Round of applause.
Yeah, man. So, let's go. Let's jump
All right,
in.
yeah, let's jump straight in. All right, basically, let me just break down as well. What
Yeah.
we're going to do,
Yeah.
we're going to review movies, not necessarily that have just come out in cinema.
Yeah,
You understand
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
We're going to give movies a little bit of time to breathe.
Yeah, definitely.
Time for you to download it, if that's what you're doing.
Yeah,
time to get
yeah.
your torrents on. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
We're going to give you time to do that.
this
You
is
get what I'm
online,
saying?
so you know
you
this
know what
what
I'm
people
saying? But I'm not condoning it. I'm just saying it. I'm just saying.
Or get your what is the site? Get your Mr. World premiere on, or
Them
you know,
type of
them
things
type of
there.
sites.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
there.
yeah. We're gonna allow
Yeah,
you time
yeah,
to get
yeah,
your.
yeah.
So while you might be a movie that hasn't just dropped.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, by the time we review it, you've seen it, so you can understand the perspective we're coming from. Yeah?
But in saying that, the first movie we are about to review
Kinda new.
is kind of brand new.
Pretty new.
To be honest, okay, my opinion, movie of the year, and I don't even care
Okay,
that the
I'ma
year
go-
has still
yeah,
got 3
yeah,
months
yeah,
to go.
I can
Movie
agree
of
to
the
that.
year, and I'm not saying so far, I'm saying movie of the year. And you know why that's a big claim?
Why?
Because The Force Awakens still ain't come out yet.
That's true, man.
And
It's coming.
that is going to shut down every
That's
movie.
Star Wars, just in case you people
Yeah, if you
didn't
don't
know.
know, yeah.
Star Wars: The Force Awakens,
Yeah.
new movie coming out.
Yeah.
At the end of the year.
Just to throw this out there, you know the black kid from Attack the Block is like one of the main stars.
See him.
He's a G, fam.
John Boyega, he's doing his
Bro.
thing, man. I'll give you ratings for
Bear
that.
Moses, like he's a G. Anyway, so that's not the point. I
That's what I'm
digress.
saying.
But
But
no,
it's like, the first film we're gonna review
is
is, as Kwame said, the movie of the year for me as well.
yes,
Straight
Woo!
Outta
Compton.
All right.
Straight out of Compton, crazy motherfucking name, Ice Cube from again. Can't you know what? Don't even real talk, yeah. Don't even get me started because do you know what gassed me about this film? And I'll
Tell
be
him.
honest with you.
Let's tell him,
What
just go
gassed me
straight
about this
in,
film
straight in.
is this is my childhood.
hate
Like
that.
I actually forgot how much I used to love NWA. fam.
Serious.
Like,
But this is
yeah.
the thing. Before you continue, I
Yeah.
wasn't an NWA fan at all.
what's wrong with your life?
I don't know, bruv. I
wrong with your
did
life?
not check for them. I did not check for them at all. But carry on. We can get
Are you
into that.
serious?
But yeah,
I'm
I didn't
quite
check for them.
surprised.
I didn't check for them.
Okay, Do you know what it is? I don't know what it is, yeah. But when I was growing up, yeah, obviously, you know, you're listening to NWA, you're not supposed to. Because I swear, when NWA was out, I wasn't even 15 yet. So obviously, I'm young. I'm young. Like, I swear, what?
Talking about 89, isn't it? 90?
Yeah,
91?
shit. What am I talking? I'm like barely 10, 11, 12, actually.
Yeah,
10, 11, 12. Just not even a teenager, basically. And I'm already listening to NW friggin' A.
Which was some hard shit.
Hard! Like,
some
the
hard
hardest, if you think about it. Like, real talk, was there anyone else harder out at the time?
No.
Like, real talk.
No. They
Not
were
even-
harder than DOC.
Bruv, they were
seriously were.
harder than DOC.
They seriously were.
Like, real talk, like, I'm thinking about NWA back in, like, 91, 92 is around, well, I say 91, 92, that's kind of around the times I started listening to it, but really they was out before then. Because obviously I think I more was listening to it when Dre was just close to bringing out the Chronic, so NWA days were kind of gone. But I was late because I was a kid.
Chronic was 92.
Chronic was 92,
yeah,
exactly.
So NWA, we're talking 88,
LA Riot times.
89, yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
So it's like,
so you shouldn't have been listening to it in the
I'm not supposed
first
to be
place.
listening to that.
None
Do
of
you
that.
get me?
None of that.
But dude, it's crazy because I remember having obviously a TDK tape of the best tunes off Straight Outta Compton album.
That's a cassette tape for you younger
You
listeners
realise
out
there's
there
a whole generation
that
that
do
don't even
not
know what I
know
just
what a
said.
damn cassette tape is.
They don't know what I
They
just
say
said.
cassette.
They
What?
say cassette what?
What?
Well,
You mean a
is that
videotape?
girl? Like, I don't know, did I just call a girl's name?
Cassette tape. That's what we used to listen to music on.
What?
Tapes.
Not CD.
Tapes.
Tape.
You want to listen to a tune? You press a button, you rewind.
Yes.
You have to wait for the tune to rewind, then you play it again.
Or where you put the pencil in and just spin it around.
God,
Remember them ones?
them
If you
ones,
didn't have a
yeah.
rewind button.
Okay,
only
we got
forward.
we guys.
So I would stick in that NWA tape, headphones, because I'm not supposed to be listening to
Mm-hmm.
it. And the craziest thing about this movie is all of the songs that I loved off the album is the ones that they used
were
in the
playing.
movie. So
I
I'm
think,
talking
yeah.
Fuck the Police, Straight Outta Compton,
Express Yourself.
Gangsta. Oh my God, that's actually probably my own favorite Ice Cube verse ever.
Okay,
The whole tune even, sorry, the whole tune. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Dope Man. Every single one of them tunes was the tunes I used
Up
to
in
rinse.
there, seriously,
So you
seriously.
can, alright, Enigma, you can picture, I'm watching this movie at home because I didn't go cinema see it because I downloaded it. I'm a torrent guy. Anyway, so I'm there watching it and I was like, you know what, I can't wait. I need to see this film now. So I watched it when it came out in the States. I had to. I was that guy in it. I needed to.
Yeah.
But when I'm watching it, like, I'm getting emotional, like, because like me and you, I know we are true hip hop heads. So
heads.
to go and watch a movie that's in a sense based on that's like a part of your childhood is gonna touch you. So when I'm seeing Ice Cube come on stage for the first time in the movie and he spits his first verse of Gangsta, you know, that's here's a little something about a nigga like me. Never should have been let out the pen, bruv.
You lost your mind. I lost
my mind.
That's what I'm saying.
It's about 2 o'clock in the morning and I had to keep quiet, otherwise I would have woke the neighbors. Like, I was getting gassed. But my thing is, I'm watching this movie and I'm just like, because I'm a fan, I know the backstory of NWA. I've watched the documentaries, I've like seen all the conversations when Dre's talking about the past and Cube's talking about the past.
Did they stick to it? As I said, I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
Did they stick
This is
to the
what's crazy.
NWA?
Everything that happened in the movie was everything they talked about in the documentaries.
Okay,
so I almost knew what was coming. But to see it dramatized was like phenomenal to me. Because it was like, shit, they got it so right. Because this is how I pictured it. And
can I ask you something? This kind of bothered me throughout the film, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
The likenesses were not. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen. Ice Cube's son, obviously, that was perfect casting, beautiful, looked brilliant.
I have to say this though. I heard one of the funniest memes about Ice Cube. Imagine somebody actually said, "How can Ice Cube's son look more like Ice Cube than Ice Cube?" Like, I don't understand how that's possible. But anyway, go on. Yeah.
Like, Ice Cube was perfect. Easy, real good. A bit dark, but you was good. You was good. Dre?
Bruv, come on.
Dre?
Why does no one think that Dre
Why
was
did
a
he
good
look
likeness?
Chinese?
No.
Bruv, first off, he looked Chinese. Yeah, you couldn't tell the emotion that was coming out of his face sometimes because his eyes were not open.
That is
he
the
looked
most fucking hilarious
Chinese.
thing you've
He
ever
was
said.
the wrong skin tone. The only thing he had was a Dre
the
voice.
nostrils,
And the nostrils.
The nostrils,
I'll give him that. But even when they showed the clip of Dre back in the day at the end of the movie, I was like, you look nothing like
hilarious.
Dre. You look nothing like Dre.
Okay, Okay.
You forgot about Dre. Yeah, damn right you forgot about him when you were casting it. Who next? We need a black Chinese dude. Get him to do Dre. That would do. Blackanese. That would do.
Okay, in regards to what you're saying, you're kind of right. Because they did say they picked the guy to play Dre not because he looked like him.
Good.
Because of his, in a sense, his masterful acting and his leadership in terms of him being the main guy.
Okay.
And he pulled that across in his audition.
Okay, no, well, I respect that.
So I think it was more about his acting.
His acting came across. I thought Dre was one of the better ones. To be fair, he held the movie down. Yella looked kind of like Yella. Ren did not look like Ren. He was just a dark skinned youth. Let's just be real. He did not look like Ren.
Ren was a little irrelevant.
Ren was irrelevant. I mean, did you hear Ren got tense about the film? Afterwards, he was complaining.
Not surprised. Not surprised. Why?
Said I was more part of NWA. I provided more lyrics than you lot showed. I was more of a contributor. I wrote a lot of it. No one cares. You're Ren.
Lorenzo. I mean, not to say you didn't, but I mean, let's be honest. I mean,
no one cared.
No one really cared about Lorenzo.
No one cared about
and to be honest,
Ren.
The genius of NWA, I don't give a shit what anybody says. The genius of NWA is Ice Cube.
100%.
Everybody, literally, I mean, to be honest, I actually reckon most people who don't know NWA from back then probably think that whole biopic was almost like Dre's biopic. When they don't actually realize that the genius behind NWA is actually Cube. Cube's lyrics is what the whole movement... Gangster rap was built off Cube's bars, fam. And obviously Dre's beats. Because it's like, what's the bar that they both used? Because Dre's used it and Cube's used it. Who started this gangster shit? This the motherfucking facts I get, and it's true.
Yeah,
them two, them two.
They did.
Bruv, you gotta think when Cube spat and wrote and spat the bars for Straight Outta Compton. Just think of that first verse. Forget everybody else's verse. Just think of that first verse. That's Cube, fam.
Yeah, for real.
Think of when, especially in the film, that scene with the cops that makes you hate cops. I mean, I hate cops anyway.
If you haven't seen the film, let's just pretend you ain't seen the film right now. Or hopefully you have. If you haven't, download it now after the podcast. Straight. Basically, there's a scene where they're recording. They're in the middle of recording Straight Outta Compton. They come out. Just want to chill out, I think. Just relax.
No. What I think Dre come out because his baby moms was trying to leave him.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So I had bitten issues, had a phone call. Rest of the man them came out. You know, as you would do to see what I want.
What's going on? Yeah.
Then police officers roll up
for no reason,
and the most racist, antagonizing, downright rude police officers.
What makes it worse, though? We have to touch on this point. Because the most prick cop out of all of them was the black cop. It's just like that scene in Boys in the Hood that everyone can remember when it said, I didn't do nothing. What? You niggas think you're tough. Everyone knows that scene, yeah?
Which was parodied in Don't Be a Menace.
Don't Be a Menace by Bernie Mac. Yes. Hate you little niggas like you. Hate my gums because they black. Most of all, I hate that black ass Wesley Snipes. But that scene, anyway.
I hate Whoopi Goldberg's lips.
What did he shout? What did he say? No, if you ain't seen it, go see it.
Go watch that now.
Both those scenes are freaking hilarious.
Watch that right now. So basically, they get put to the ground. The police officers giving them pure heat, pure racism, and ironically, their manager Jerry Heller comes out and basically berates the police officers, shows them, look, they're artists and recording artists. You got to think at that time, rap was not seen as an art. That's even the police officers kind of said that. This is not seen as art. You're just talking rubbish. What are you talking about? You're never going to be an artist. You're never going to be nothing.
So that's not music.
And that, but basically, that scene there, for me, as a non-NWA fan, for me, that fueled... Them type of incidents is what fueled their music. That's how I feel. You understand 100%. What I'm saying? Them growing up in them circumstances, going against them type of tribulations, I gotta say, is fueled that fuck the police attitude. That even though you're telling me I shouldn't perform it, I'm gonna perform this shit.
Let me explain something. Yeah, if you haven't seen the movie,
go
see that scene. And I have to talk about it. Yeah, because it's the concert scene again. This was parodied in CB4 because this is what happened in real life. And it's so funny when you actually look at NWA and the whole CB4. South Central lifestyle. A lot of things was parodied even before this film was ever made, and you see it in this film, and you see it in its kind of in its real
truest form.
And it's kind of crazy because when you see that scene, the fuck the police scene, when they're basically being...
Explain to what happens. What
Okay,
break it
so
down.
basically, the tune is called Fuck the Police.
Which is controversial enough. We don't need to
LA
say.
cops are tense because they know what they're doing is wrong. They're already beating up young black boys for no reason. So NWA, Cube, and the rest of them write the tune Fuck the Police. They're on tour right now, and everybody wants to hear this song.
Because it's smash, because everyone is feeling fuck the police. I'm
it's
sure
real.
you, at some point listening, have thought fuck the police.
Fuck the police.
At some point.
I feel like that every day.
Straight.
Anyway, so now they're basically being chastised backstage, even before they get on stage, by bare cops. Like, they've obviously got the head cop standing there, and he's basically telling them what they can and can't do. And this is
No
ridiculous.
profanity, no swearing, all of this.
It was pissing me off. Even watching this was making me think, like, what year is this? Slavery's not over, fam. Like, people people think slavery's
people
over.
have rights.
If you see, like, what happened, I mean, we overlook it now like it was, it's because they're saying this. No, that's the highest level of racism. Like, that just shows you that nothing's changed. And this only happened, 20 years ago, 25 years ago, whatever. And the cops basically telling them, you're not allowed to do this, say that, say this, say that. And most definitely, you're not allowed to perform that one song, Fuck the Police. So they're like, oh yeah, whatever, you've done now, can we go? So they say, okay, cool. Now, they're on stage, they're performing, they're going in, the crowd is going insane. And Cube, do you know why this scene was magical? It was that connection you saw between all of them.
Yeah.
All of them. At this moment, you literally see Cube look at Dre look at Cube look at Easy look at Ren, and they're just like, what? You want to do it? It's like, what? I want to do it. Fuck it, let's do it. And then Cube's like, they told us backstage we ain't allowed to perform this song.
Yeah.
They don't want us to say this, say that.
Yeah.
But you know what I think? Man, fuck the police. Bruv, the whole...
Went in.
Did you feel like you was in that concert?
For real. I felt like I was there. I felt that energy, bro.
The energy was real.
Energy was real. And I mean, for me, that was a scene that epitomized the whole film, man. The energy of NWA, how they made people feel, how they made it. It was a true movement. You see how people talk about rap movements, but nah, that was a true movement. Yeah, because they were talking to not only the kids that was growing up in Compton and all that, but it was reaching over here. You got to think about that. Back then. Yeah, because a lot of black kids, a lot of urban people were in a position where they felt they were being treated badly by police, or the racism coming across. It spoke to the younger generation in a different way, and I think they were iconic because of that. And then that, for me, that was 100% the best scene in the movie. I mean, it's
and it ended sick. It ended sick. Like, when, for some reason, personally, I know they didn't really say it in the film, but 5-0 let off shots and basically fucked up the entire concert, which was cool. We knew it was going to happen. And then basically everybody started rushing out, running out, and then it kind of caused a bit of a mini riot or whatever. But the sickest part was when they basically came face to face with all the cops, and then they started getting rushed and attacked by the cops, and everybody was watching, and everyone just started shouting "fuck the police," and started dashing stuff at them, and basically everybody in NWA got arrested. But it was the scene. It was like a freaking movement. I don't think, like, do you know why it was so powerful? Because, for one, I love the way F. Gary Gray directed that scene. I love the way he showed it. The aerial view, and then he showed it from the back of the police truck when they all got thrown in. But what I love the most is the fact that you don't see movements like that in hip hop. You don't anymore. It's fake movements. It's Twitter movements. It's Twitter movements. Instagram movements. You know what I'm saying? That was a real movement. That was a real movement. Like, they really spoke to people and galvanized the young black man to kind of fight for himself to a certain extent. I mean, obviously, no one condoning violence or anything, but they were dealing with a lot of violence back then. They were dealing with a lot of the Rodney King situation and the LA riots situation. The LA riots happened because Rodney King got the worst beatdown that you can think of. Exactly. And I know a lot of you are thinking, Rodney King, I beg you, just Google Rodney King and I'm sure there's a YouTube of it, of the beatdown. Yes. And trust me, you understand why people were prepared to riot. Which is quite interesting, because obviously in the film, as Dre ends up leaving Jerry Heller and goes to death row, whatever, and then you see the whole Suge Knight era in the film as well, which is amazing. Is the scene of when he's making the Chronic, and it's so interesting because it's like, again, going back to what you just said, like, if you even remember, that album, The Chronic, there's a song on that album called The Day the Niggas Took Over. If you remember that, because that song was actually about the LA riots.
Okay.
Like, go back and listen to that album. That's a powerful album because it really depicts a time, which was obviously early 90s when all that stuff was going on. But going back to the actual movie itself, like, I mean, the whole Death Row, the whole Death Row like story, like was dope. It was. I like how they depicted Suge Knight. I like how Snoop came in. I like how
once again Snoop did not look like young Snoop. He didn't. Snoop was one of the worst.
But
Snoop sounded exactly like him. The mannerisms were fine. But you didn't look nothing like him, bro. You didn't look nothing like him, bro.
He didn't.
Like
but
this,
Pac
was brilliant.
And he was the Pac for the movie.
That's what I heard as well.
But have you heard what happened to the Pac movie? Going off a little bit.
No, what happened?
Because John, obviously, F. Gary Gray directed Straight Outta Compton.
Yep.
Originally, John Singleton, obviously, if you don't know who John Singleton is the guy that directed Boys in the Hood. He directed Higher Learning. He directed Baby Boy, Shaft, all them kind of movies.
Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yeah. He was supposed to direct Straight Outta Compton, but I think he had creative differences with the producers. So they basically replaced him with F. Gary Gray. If you don't know who F. Gary Gray is, he's the funny-looking dude in Coming to America. Only joking. He actually isn't Coming to America. But anyway, he's in a Black Awareness Rally scene, if you don't know. You'll see him. No, he's actually the guy that directed Friday. He directed The Negotiator. Yep. He's a friggin' amazing
director. The Italian Job. He's done a lot of stuff. The Negotiator, is it?
Yeah, Negotiator.
Yeah, Negotiator. You said that. Yeah.
Now, they brought him on board. Now, basically what happened with the Tupac movie is John Singleton was supposed to direct that. And for some reason, he fell out with the producers again. Some more creative differences. So now I'm not sure if he's still doing it. So I don't know what's happening with the guy.
I'm pretty sure we've heard he's off the film.
He's
off the film. Yeah.
Sad. Because I personally think they need to let him do what he's doing.
I understand that, but we spoke about this. John ain't really had a hit in a minute.
But
John,
you have to trust his vision.
I know.
Look what he's given. Bruv, if he did not give us Boys in the Hood, most of these urban, quote-unquote, urban hood movies would not have been made.
That's for real.
Respect his gangster. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Like,
no, I do. But then you got to look, there's no smoke without fire. Why are you having creative differences with everyone, bruv?
Because they're not trusting his vision, though.
Okay, no, fine.
Maybe he's saying, I want it like this. And they're like, nah, I don't think that's going to sell or whatever. They didn't think that Boys in the Hood would sell.
But then you can't get that trust unless you've given them something to go off recently, I think. I know that's not how it should be.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I agree. But you're almost not as good as your last hit. You know, the trademark saying.
Yeah, true.
And
he hasn't.
I can't tell you the last John Singleton movie I really
Shaft.
If it's Shaft, I really hope it ain't. I really hope it ain't, because Shaft's a long time. Yeah, Shaft is
15 years.
If you don't know about that, Samuel Jackson, Christian Bale before he was Batman.
Yeah,
this is some old school shit. 2001.
2001. Yeah.
Two?
No, it's actually 2000 because the film's actually called Shaft 2000. Allow it, man. It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
That I forgot, and that is embarrassing. There was a period when a lot of movies were 2000. I know there was Dracula 2000
with Omar Epps.
Yeah, I know there was a lot.
Oh,
that was terrible. That was
he had
the worst.
With Dimension films.
Oh,
to
do like horrors and shit like that.
No, he had a 7-picture deal.
Oh, okay.
So it was literally like every film that he made was going to be made by them. So it was literally like, yes, that's why he made some bombs, some duds. Yeah, he made some duds.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I don't know, John. I hope you come back. You gave us Boys in the Hood.
Baby Boy. He wrote Baby Boy for Tupac. You know Tupac was supposed to play that role. And he died. So obviously he gave that role to Tyrese. He did an amazing job.
You know, Too Fast, Too Furious.
One of my personal favourite Fast and Furious movie.
It's really up there.
Not the best, but my personal favourite. The most watchable out of all 7.
The look and everything. It was
clean,
brilliant.
Colourful.
But I don't know. We're going to find out what John's last few movies are, because I want to discuss that a bit later on in the show.
Before we leave this movie, I actually want to know now, because you're the one that's actually making me think, like, what the hell was John done? Like, what was his last?
He ain't really done nothing, bruv. He ain't really done nothing. And how can I place faith in you if you ain't done a movie since Shaft 2000?
And I think this is the issue that the studios are having.
Like, we need to discuss John's...
They're almost like, come on, John, what you done?
Yeah, come on, dog. Like, and I feel F. Gary was able to get straight out of Compton. I think you know what F. Gary's good at. He's able
Snap,
to.
fam. He did Four Brothers. That's one of my favorite movies.
Nah, John smashed it. All right, Four Brothers is big. Four Brothers is big. The Mark Wahlberg, Tyrese again, Andre 3000,
Benjamin out this,
and a random dude that never got another movie. But let's see. Let's go. We're literally looking at his IMDb
okay,
now.
you know what? Do you know what's actually hilarious? Like, do you know what the last thing is he directed? Why did he direct the pilot of Empire?
I didn't know what to say. I don't know what to say about that. Let's take a. Can you tell me what his movies are since Shaft 2000? Tell me the movies, please. Tell me the movies.
So bad.
Tell me the movies. Say them. Everyone wants to hear it because no one else ain't going to his IMDb page. We are the only people visiting him, Tyrese, and me and you are the only people on his IMDb page. Okay, tell me the films from Shaft 2000. Or should we go to Boys in the Hood? Or is that going too far?
All right, let's go to Boys in the Hood.
Okay, from Boys in the Hood. Tell me
okay, I'm going to give you his entire resume. His resume is actually quite sick, even though it's spacious. It's spacious. Okay, look. From Boys in the Hood.
What was the year? I wanted the year and his next film.
Okay,
go on.
1990. Boys in the Hood was 1991.
There you go.
Yeah?
Go.
Remember the Time, Michael Jackson.
Wait, no.
You can't say that with him.
No. We're not going to go to music videos.
I need to put this up on Instagram because I've got a picture that I want to put up on Instagram. Yeah.
We're not going to go to music
Hold on, wait. I just want you lot to make sure you go check out our Instagram, which is urban_iPlayer. Yeah. You'll get all our stuff, all our information, everything we put up is going to be on that Insta. And the Twitter is also
urban_iPlayer. Remember that, yeah?
So, yeah. Okay, we're not going to go to music.
So follow, comment, do whatever you want to do in those. Remember, it's urban_iPlayer for the Instagram and the Twitter. So yeah, let's go.
Okay,
Boys in the Hood, 1990.
All right, 91. Okay,
91.
no music videos.
No music videos.
Okay, cool. Poetic Justice, 93.
I love Poetic Justice.
Big movie.
So I can't front on that.
Big movie.
I love that. I love that.
Okay. Oh man, no music.
No,
bro, he did some mic stuff.
I don't care what he done.
Snap.
I don't care what he done.
Okay, no music. Higher Learning,
good film.
Great movie. Rosewood, I didn't even know he directed.
Higher Learning come out?
95.
Okay, so between 90 and 95, you got 3 movies popping.
Yeah,
that's
allowed.
No, you're doing well. You're doing well as a director.
Cool. Yeah,
it takes a lot to develop a film
that's
and get it to the cameras. I agree.
Yeah.
So what's next?
Rosewood.
What's that?
No, wait.
No one don't know what Rosewood is.
Rosewood is like a set in like slavery times. It's quite a deep film.
It was his.
Your
he was
favorite,
trying to get
your
an Oscar.
favorite actor's actually
Don
in it.
motherfucking Cheadle.
Yes, Don motherfucking Cheadle.
There's a reason I don't know about that movie.
I know.
There's a reason I don't know about that movie.
If you don't know, you're gonna get to know. Enigma hates Don Cheadle with a passion. I just want everyone to know that because you'll probably hear him say this in future podcasts.
No. Let me guarantee. Don Cheadle is going to get dissed within every podcast. That's without a doubt. He's not gonna escape. Yeah, I'll find a way to bring him in. Don't worry. So Rosewood, shit film, cause it's Don Cheadle. When did that come out?
97.
Okay, after that,
yeah. Shaft.
2000.
Fucking love this movie though. I love it. I watched it a few weeks ago. Like before I went on holiday, I watched it. I'm just saying. 2000.
Shaft 2000.
Baby Boy.
Which was
2001.
Okay, he's on a good run.
All right,
he's on a run. Go on.
Too Fast, Too Furious.
Bang.
2003.
Doing well. 2003.
Four Brothers.
Bang.
2005.
2 years. It's coming a bit of a break, but yeah, you go. Yeah, there you go. And then from then.
Oh, shit.
And then the IMDb.
Then it's a big motherfucking gap.
It just dries the fuck up.
Okay, wait. There's this film called Abduction. Is that The Abduction? With Taylor Lautner.
Yeah.
Did he direct that?
Yes, and it's shit.
You think it's shit?
It's the last movie he'd done and it's shit.
I liked it. I thought it was okay.
Abduction
You
is
really
shit.
didn't like it?
With the werewolf from Twilight. Shit.
Bruv, you trying to tell me his martial art game went sick?
I don't care about your martial art game. I gotta watch you act for an hour and a bit and then you give me 5 minutes martial arts. Flipping.
Nah, it was sick though.
Fuck that shit, bro.
Okay.
Nah, I'd rather watch some Tony Jaa and some Ong Bak.
True. That was a 5-year gap though.
What?
Yeah, that's a 5-year gap. I'm not gonna lie. Between Four Brothers and Abduction. 2005
Damn, John, you're doing worse than I thought.
Yeah.
And then after that, thank you. No more movies for 5 long, hard years.
This is why no one respects.
This is why no one want to work with you. Because they say, you know what they say? They sign them up and they say, "Raw, can we just check your IMDb page? When was your last movie? Though? When was your last?" Then he's like, "Nah, boys, and now, when was your last movie?
Last movie.
I'm glad he didn't get to
I
direct
feel
it.
you.
F. Gary Gray done a great job. He's
He
gone
did.
on to be the most successful biopic of all time.
Of all time.
That's straight out Compton.
Well, no, let's give him the stats though, because the
Give
stats
him
are
the stats
real.
real quick.
The film,
budget.
yeah. Go true. Give him the
Budget
stats.
was 28 million. And the current box
That's
office.
mad low.
Mad low for movies.
That's
mad low.
mad low.
Really low for a movie. And it didn't feel like a 28 million movie.
Nah.
It felt like a lot more.
A lot more.
The current box office, 180 million worldwide. And
That's ridiculous.
So they're still counting them.
Can you please understand, yeah? That's at this current stage, which means it's still number one, still in the cinema, and it's only been out, what, 3 weeks? 4 weeks, maybe?
4 weeks, I think.
4 weeks.
4 weeks,
So
a
in 4 weeks, that's 5 times its budget already.
Saying, man. Cuba's eating a lot of that, bro.
Wow.
But yeah. And it's the most successful, as I said, biopic of all time.
Yeah.
And they're talking about a possible sequel about Death Row.
See, that's interesting. I don't know about that.
I
What do
don't
you
know
think?
about that
I think we saw enough.
Don't you
I
think
don't.
you covered it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't want to
what
see
more are we
anymore.
gonna do? I don't
I
know.
don't want to see Mo Preem getting chiefed out. Humiliation. I don't want to. I don't want to see Mo. I don't want to see Mo Preem getting chiefed out.
that, bro.
If you
I
don't know
don't
who
need
Mo Preem is, Mo Preem Shakur. He's Tupac's younger brother, and there was rumors that that Suge used to. Okay, basically, if you haven't seen Straight Outta Compton, there's a scene when they're in Death Row Studios when Pac is recording in the booth, and it's the first time Dre plays him California. That part in the film.
Yeah.
And then Dre comes back into the room, and then they've got one dude butt naked underneath the table, and everyone's taking a piss at him. There's rumors that was Mo Preem. Just saying.
No, I didn't know that, bro.
Bruv.
Wait, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Humiliation. Bro, I'm serious. Bro, okay, if you think I'm lying, go watch the documentary Biggie and Tupac made by Nick Broomfield. Yeah.
But I remember you being...
And, bruv, that's
So
what
that's
Nick
gotta
Broomfield
be
even said. He said there was rumors that Suge used to humiliate you. Humiliation. Okay, if you think I'm bullshitting, go and watch that documentary. All right, let's wrap on Straight Outta Compton, because I could talk about this for another hour.
Okay.
So let's just wrap on this.
Right.
But humiliation. Sorry, Mo Preem.
Go check that out. Sorry, Mo Preem.
Go check that out. If you think I'm lying, go see that scene that I'm talking about.
Cool. So let's go to our next review.
Yeah.
You are locked into Urban iPlayer Radio, the world's first urban podcast network.
Basically, we're going to go from one of the best movies of 2015 to one of the worst. Yeah?
One of the worst. The worst.
This movie came out not too long ago. It was heavily promoted. You probably went cinema. In fact, no, you probably didn't go cinema to see it.
Hilarious.
Hopefully, you've had a chance to see the screener download or whatever. I streamed it, whatever. But let's just put it out there. We're going to review
Terminator Genisys. Do you know what's crazy? You know, the level of promotion that they gave this movie was probably one of the biggest promos I've seen all year.
Yep.
Easily.
They had Arnie with fucking meerkats, bruv. That alone should have told us.
Yes.
This ain't what we're. This ain't gonna
This
go
ain't what
down
we
the
think.
right route.
Yeah.
Like, nah, this ain't right.
This ain't T800.
Nah.
I don't know what's going on here.
Nah.
Do you know they literally gave this film, Terminator Genisys, full promo at WWE, WrestleMania this year. WrestleMania.
Pushed it
literally,
hard. Pushed
bruv,
it
it
hard.
was the main sponsor. WrestleMania is like Super Bowl, fam.
Was sponsored by blah,
What?
blah, blah. And they did have a Super Bowl spot as well. Do you
realize how much money they pushed into this movie? Now let's talk about the actual movie.
Let's get into
Personally,
it.
Enigma, I hated it.
Oh.
Probably not for the same reasons that most people hated it, though. Because to be honest, I actually think the film had some amazing scenes. Weirdly enough, I actually liked old Arnie.
Okay, let me just give a summary.
Okay.
Let's just do a quick summary of what Terminator Genisys shit is all about. Basically, yeah, we all know the Terminator myth. The Terminator goes back to try and kill Sarah Connor, but Cara Reese saves her, etc., etc. In this one, they decided to flip that shit up and make it so that Sarah Connor already knows that Cara Reese is coming back. She's already friends with the Terminator. In fact, she sees the Terminator as a kind of dad figure. Arnie is aged.
Dude,
Go,
this
go.
pissed me off.
Let's go with this.
How can you go from classic Terminator 1, classic movie,
That's some classic
dark, almost horror type
It's a horror,
action
bruv.
movie.
It's a horror movie.
Remember Arnie in the mirror? That's hilarious.
Worst special effects.
Ever. Sorry, James. I don't know what you were thinking. Bruv,
Arnie looking in the mirror.
to Terminator 2, easily one of the best action films ever made in Hollywood history.
In my top 5 of all time.
Real talk.
100%. Honestly.
Bruv, I was too young, I went to see that in the
Honestly.
cinema.
I know everyone's seen it, but watch Terminator 2 again.
Watch it
Still
even
as good.
now.
Yeah,
It
straight,
holds
bruv,
up.
straight.
Even now.
I watched it about a month ago. Straight. Still as good.
you smashed it.
Still
I
as
need to-
good,
I need to
bruv.
do that. I need
Trust
to do
me.
that.
Watch, you get gassed. And
Shit.
it's long as well.
It's
you
long.
know James Cameron like a long
Long movies.
Long. So you
That's
get into
crazy.
that shit, bruv.
Like, what year was that? 92, right?
92.
92. We're in
92,
2000.
yeah.
It was 93.
93.
Okay. 22 years ago. 22 years ago, and that film still holds up.
Still holds up.
Special effects and storyline, everything.
Still holds up.
This bloody Terminator Genisys,
Shit.
why the hell... Okay, they tried to basically flip the storyline. I don't know why they did this.
Why?
And basically, what they're trying to say is like what Enigma just said, is they're basically saying now she knows Carl Reese is coming, Arnie's aged, okay?
Weird.
And the worst plot twist ever
Go on.
is that John Connor... I don't know, I probably peaked there, sorry. Mic issue, sorry. I got excited.
That's going to happen a lot when we talk
so
about
I get
this
excited. I can't help it. Especially after this point. John Connor, who is the
Spoiler.
leader of the Resistance. So all we've ever known is John Connor, the son of Sarah Connor,
Is the leader.
is the leader of the Resistance. But in Terminator Genisys,
What did they do? What did they decide to do?
they decided to make him the main bad Terminator. I don't care.
That's some dumb
No.
ass shit.
No. James, no. No. James.
You know what the joke thing is? James Cameron, even though he didn't direct,
I know.
produce, he came out and endorsed the movie.
And that's why I'm saying James, because I know he's
Why?
lying. I know they paid him.
Straight.
They probably paid him the exact same fee as the director just to say,
Just to say,
oh, this film was so great. Furthermore, this is what, if I had made this film, this would have been my sequel to Terminator 2.
word.
Side eyes.
Word.
If I was,
Hashtag side eyes.
I
Like, are you
would have
serious?
poked him in his eye for that. I
So
don't
yeah,
care.
John Connor is the main villain. It doesn't start out that way, but it
No.
gets turned by Skynet, which is now a person. It felt like they got the best parts from the other movies and said, let's piss all over them
All
and
over
put it into a movie. And then we'll make Terminator Gen is shit.
That's what I'm saying.
And this is the thing. Let's break this down as well.
Yeah.
Sarah Connor was terrible. I love Emilia Clarke.
Really? You guys-
listen.
Okay.
Listen. I
Yeah.
love Emilia Clarke. I think she's a great actress. I know
Yeah.
she does well in Game of Thrones. Great BRs. BRs are breasts, just in case you don't know. She looked real nice.
Why you
All that.
don't give them that?
No, well, okay.
Okay.
BRs and what?
No, it's okay,
What else
it's
am I
okay,
gonna
it's okay.
say?
Go,
Great
go.
BRs, you know what I'm saying? But she wasn't Sarah Connor, bro.
Yeah, I feel you.
When she was busting off shots, you look like a sweet petite model. You look like she'd be in an
tried.
Argos catalogue
She
video.
tried though. She
Commercial.
tried.
No,
She
she
tried.
didn't. She didn't look great. She didn't look good.
Yeah,
She looked too small.
I feel you.
Even like
Yeah,
she looked too
yeah.
small and meek to be Sarah Connor. Linda Hamilton was
Yeah, real
hard.
talk, real talk, she was hard, she
Linda
was hard.
Hamilton made you want to go gym
Nah,
after you
real
watched
talk.
her, bruv.
Nah, she was
She
hard.
would bang a man up in real life.
Real talk.
That's how she
I
looked.
believed it.
Serious.
I believed it.
Linda Hamilton was in Beauty and the Beast. You weren't sure who the fuck was the Beast and who was the Beauty. That's how hard she looked. She looked hard. Yeah? Now you're going to bring sweet, meek Game of Thrones girl. Look, I'm a big fan.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
get me wrong.
that's some funny
But
shit.
I thought she acted the best she could with the script, but she just didn't work. And as for that motherfucker Carl Reese.
What?
Oh, my
Oh,
days.
snap! You didn't like him?
I hate that guy. Jai Courtney. Jai Courtney.
Jack Courtney, you know.
You are my new Don Cheadle for this generation. You are the Don Cheadle of your
Hold on,
generation.
didn't he play,
He's John McClane's son in Die Hard.
in Die Hard.
The worst fucking Die Hard ever. How you gonna fuck up Die Hard
You know, wait,
franchise?
okay.
We've just
I need to think about this.
Okay.
Is it the worst Die Hard?
Die Hard 4.
No, you know, I'm trying shit. You're right. It is.
Die
it
Hard
is.
4.
Yeah, you're
even
right.
though it's not great, it's better than fucking
Yeah,
Die
okay,
Hard
you're
5.
right. You're right. Die Hard 5.
I can't remember Die Hard
Sorry,
5.
what do they call it?
Die Hard, Live Free and Die Hard.
Live
No, that's the fourth
That's
one.
fourth one.
Fab, I don't know.
Die another. No, that's not die.
No,
not die another day.
Something. Love something. Something. We're
shit,
gonna look that.
yeah.
We'll find out for
Yeah,
you.
we'll
We'll
find
find out for you. But whatever the fuck it was called, the last that Jai Courtney, he pissed me off from day dot. He was jarring as the son, complaining, I hate you, Dad. I hate you, Dad. I hate you, Dad. That's fucking John You know how many times his dad saved him in that movie? I still hate you, Dad. Why weren't you there? Piss off. Black man don't have dad all the time in a bridge. Yeah? That's normal things. And you want to carry... He's saving your life, but you don't want to thank him for that because he weren't around. Bruv, it was the worst, absolute worst Die Hard. Why? Because of Jai Courtney. But what did it... You know what I hate, bruv? Jai Courtney, they're doing... you know what I'm going to say they're doing? They're doing a Colin Farrell. They're forcing him upon you.
No.
Forcing him upon you.
Not Colin Farrell, because Colin Farrell's actually good. They're doing a... what's his name?
Sam Worthington.
Sam Worthington, Jeremy Renner.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Jeremy Renner. Yeah, they're trying to make him the new Bourne guy.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Jeremy, but yeah, he's just come at the wrong time.
Sorry for him. Nah, they're trying to
I know, he's forced. He's one of them forced guys. Jai Courtney's a forced guy. Now, in Terminator Genisys, Genisys kebab, whatever the hell you want to call it, Kyle Reese.
It's called A Good Day to Die Hard.
There you go.
Just so you know.
There you go. The worst title ever. That's why we couldn't remember it. A Good Day to Die Hard. It sounds like a porno. Let's be real, bruv. It sounds like a porno. Really think about it.
It actually does.
A Good Day to Die Hard, I'm getting peace. That's what you're thinking.
And it sounds like it'll be in the Ebony section. That's ridiculous.
It was just...
That's a terrible name
in
for a movie.
Terminator Genisys, Jai Courtney is Kyle Reese. And did you like him, bruv? Kyle Reese?
Okay, I didn't hate him.
Wow.
But
Okay,
he
no,
definitely...
fine,
Okay,
fine.
he had nothing on the original Kyle Reese.
Of course
like
not.
Michael Biehn.
Bang.
He's a G. I liked him.
100%
He is a G. But that scene in the mall was sick. Think about that scene. Like I said, this film has got some good
got
scenes.
Some great scenes. Terminator always got great action scenes.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Though.
Yeah.
Always.
And the
Every single
problem
one of them.
is, I think they actually focused the entire film around these great scenes. And I have to also tell you, God.
Go on.
Probably the main thing I hate the most about this film, and it's not just that John Connor is the main Terminator and the main baddie, which is ridiculously stupid. I hate the new liquid metal. Oh. Absolutely pissed me off. Now, let me tell you why, because I was talking to somebody today about this, and I was saying this is what really bothered me about it. You see Transformers, yeah?
Yep.
Right, you see Transformers 1.
Yep.
And you see Transformers Age of... Was it? Age of...
The first one?
No, the last one.
Oh, Transformers 4 Age of...
Shit, what's it called? Age of...
Extinction?
Is that it? Is it?
This is why we're, this is, as I said, some real shit. Like, this is, we have a look up shit because Age of Extinction. Yeah.
So you was right. You said it. Yeah, Age of Extinction.
Yeah.
Okay, now, can you remember that first time you ever saw Optimus Prime transform? When he was literally the truck in the alleyway, and he transformed up.
Transformers
Bro,
one iconic
the way
scene.
Michael Bay showed us every little
nook and cranny.
What?
Literally, yeah.
You trying to tell me you didn't lose your mind?
Loved it.
Do you remember? Because remember, we was in the
100%,
cinema. We all saw that shit together.
100%.
We all got gassed. We was like, oh my
days.
days.
This is Transformers coming into real life. Really, that's where it felt.
That was it.
Yeah.
I felt I was there. I was Sam Witwicky. I was standing in front of Optimus Prime, and I think I came a little bit when I saw Optimus Prime
just a little bit.
transform in front of me. That's all I'm saying. No homo. No homo. Now,
Pause.
fast forward to Age of Extinction. Galvatron. How can you go? The film is called Transformers. We need to see you transform. So why the hell is Galvatron, and trust me, this is all going to make sense in a second. Why the hell is Galvatron going to transform the way he transformed when he doesn't even transform? He just morphs.
It literally morphs.
Just morphs.
Literally morphs.
Into this
stuff. He doesn't transform.
He doesn't transform.
I don't know what they call it. I can't transformium, I think is what they call it. Which is... that's a ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
No one had an idea. We need to call it something. Transformium?
Mickey?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Mickey, what were you thinking? And I'm talking to Michael Bay. What were you thinking?
I don't know where you're going with that. But it's kind of like a weird... Morphing, morphing
It's
is the right
morphing.
word for it. Morphing, because nothing moves. It's
It's just
all
like the
liquid.
whole, kind of
There you
moving
go,
and
there you
reforming
go,
and
there you
reshaping.
go.
That's not transforming.
No.
Now, the reason why I brought that up is
I know
because
why,
they did
I
the
know why.
exact same thing.
It felt like the same actual same
was a
special
cop-out.
effect. It still actually looked like the same special effect.
Do you know
But
what
yeah.
bothers me about this? Because then you go back to Terminator 2. Think of the first... Remember, this is 1993.
Mm-hmm.
You had never seen special effects like this before. The first time you ever saw T-1000, like that moment in the lift when they're in the Pescadero crazy home, when they're coming to get Sarah Connor out. And they're running down the corridor, and he morphs through the gates, through the bars, and then he's chasing down the corridor, busting shots. Arnie's running in front of them, blocking the shots, and then he puts the knives through the lift door, and Arnie blows his head off.
Never seen that.
You had never seen nothing like that before, and when you saw the shit mold back together, you was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Sick,
it was amazing.
Sick. And now,
22
this
years
shit,
later,
they make it look
this
like
motherfucker morphs. Nah.
it looked like a pack of cards being thrown
That's what-
around. That's what it looked like.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't even know. I can't even describe what it looked like. Terrible, absolutely terrible movie from beginning to end for me.
I don't even
bruv.
want to talk about this film anymore. It's
Yeah,
actually making
yeah.
me angry thinking about it.
For real. I fell asleep twice. Can I just say that? I've watched
You know
this
what?
movie
So
twice.
did I.
Seriously.
And I saw it in a cinema.
See, there you go. And what does that say? What does that say?
Yeah, like, and you know, have you ever sat down watching a film and you want to give it the Steve Harvey turn, but you can't because you're in a cinema.
You
seat,
paid for this shit.
and you pay for it, but then your hand goes down like this. I know you guys can't see me, but in fact you can because you can watch the video. Actually,
Yeah.
you can see, you will see me do this. But basically, you lean on one side, your two fingers go to your temple, and not because you're concentrating, but because you've almost had enough, and you're actually
given up.
angry at what
You've
you're
given
watching
up.
on the screen.
You've given up now.
Bruv, I got to a point where I was angry.
And you fell asleep. What does that tell you? We both fell asleep watching it. It was horrendous.
And the ending was, oh my God, it was terrible. It was seriously, if you haven't seen Terminator Genisys, don't.
Don't
It's
see
as simple
it.
as that.
Don't see it. And why the fuck Arnie got to die in every Terminator?
Oh God.
He dies in every Terminator.
And it's
There's
like
not one he don't die in.
And they're trying to make you feel it. Like, to be honest, you felt it in number 2.
Yeah, of course I did.
But
That was
that's it.
22 years ago.
That was 22 years ago. I don't need to see it
I
again.
did. I'm gonna just say this before we move on. I thought this was an embarrassment for Arnie.
Yeah.
I thought it was embarrassment.
Yeah.
I think he's tarnishing and pissing on his legacy.
Yep.
I think you fucked it up. So now
Yep.
no one checked for it. Let me just put out a
talk.
stat in there.
Yeah.
It was what? It was the first American movie to not make 100 million in the US, but
Oh.
400 million worldwide, which tells me the whole of the US did not check for you.
Wow.
It's still at about 80 million and counting, which is, I'm going to tell you, that's really bad. I think the film cost around 150 million to produce.
Wow.
Yeah, so to break even, it had to make at least 250 to 300 mil.
Can I just say, I slightly feel sorry for Emilia Clarke at her first film, like first major film
I
debut.
know, but then she had to look at that script and say, "This is ridiculous. Why are you changing it so much?"
She's not gonna get much.
She's not gonna get no more roles. for
No,
now.
not now.
But the fucking Jai Corny gonna get some more fucking
Bruv,
roles.
when they find the dude that they want to promote,
He's in Suicide Squad.
are you
He's in
serious?
Suicide Squad.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he's got more movies coming out. You have to go to his IMDb right now. It's
my
packed.
God.
It's
Okay.
the opposite to John Singleton's. It's the opposite. John Singleton wish he had Jay Courtney's IMDb. He wish he had them type of hits.
IMDb is your friend, people. Trust
Go
me.
check that shit out.
Me and
But
Enigma
you know,
live on this side.
We live on that shit. And you also need to live on at urban_iPlayer. That's the Instagram, and also at the Twitter. You know, it's the same
Yes.
thing. It's the same thing. Jai motherfucking Courtney.
Jai motherfucking
Big
Courtney.
face looking.
Now, real talk. Why is his face so
Face is big. Big ass face. You're jarring in every single movie you
No
ever been in.
way.
Are you gonna be jarring in every? He was in. There's only one thing he's been in that ain't been jarring, and that was Spartacus. He was in the very first season.
Yeah, I didn't watch
But
that.
other than that,
I can't watch that.
That dude is jarring as hell. I'm telling you that right now. But yo, can I just ask a question? When we're going on to Terminator Genisys.
Yeah.
3 questions.
Yeah.
Firstly, why has there never been a black Terminator?
Interesting. Hold on, wait. Technically, there was.
Who?
In Terminator Salvation, Terry Crews was. For those of you that don't know, Terry Crews was actually in Terminator Salvation. That's the 4th one, but he got cut out. So
Pretty badly
Yeah,
as
it was.
well.
I actually feel sorry for him, but hopefully he still got paid for the role.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
But actually, was he actually? I think he was actually a Terminator.
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't?
He was part of the resistance,
Oh,
and he had just
same.
been killed.
Oh,
And he
shame.
was literally dying or
Oh
something
yeah.
like that.
Okay, so
And
there actually hasn't
Yeah,
ever been.
there's never been a black Terminator.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. Do you know what? Personally, I actually think it's a good idea that they haven't made a black Terminator.
Right.
Because, like, Hollywood's already racist, yeah? So, if they made a black Terminator, if you saw a Negro walking down the street with leather jacket and shades on, white people would just get scared.
True.
Because, bruv, they already think that everyone's
true.
a thug already
That's true.
because they
That's
watch
true.
black movies
That's true.
or
That's
black
true.
people in movies as thugs, and they
That's
think we're
true.
all like that. Imagine
true.
if there was a black Terminator.
That's true. That's true.
They will let us into no venues, fam. We would never rave again.
Imagine
If you're going to a bar, they're going to think straight, have my boots, my clothes, and my motorcycle. Like, it's like, they'll just get scared
They
and
will
just
get
give us
shook.
shit.
They will get shook.
Yeah, they'll get pranked. Hated that part in the film as well, by the way. It was
part?
corny.
Oh,
Remember, they corny. Yeah, they cornied it out. That was corny.
Yeah, there's a scene where Arnie kind of throws back to the very first movie where he asks for your
Give me your
boots.
clothes, your
It's
boots, and your
bad.
motorcycle.
It's really bad. It's
Yeah,
really
that was
All I've got to say is this: don't go watch Terminator Genisys. Why is it called? Why? What? Sorry.
Yeah,
Whoa,
yeah.
whoa, before I carry on, why is it called Terminator Genisys? Why is it spelled like that?
Okay.
Why is it spelled like that?
I
That's
don't-
jarred me.
I know why we call it Terminator Genisys. Shit. I don't know why it's called Terminator Genisys with a Y. I genuinely don't know.
It's spelled Genisys. That don't even sound
don't
right.
even sound right.
That don't even sound, and it didn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. Are they saying it's because it starts again?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It started and it finished.
Do you know how much I hated the end of that film? I just need you to know, like when you go to see young Carl Reese?
Oh my days!
Like,
that was,
what the
stop
hell were
throwing
they
it in there,
thinking?
Stop throwing it in our face. Man.
It
Yeah,
was.
that was really
Oh
bad.
my god, this film was
There's
terribly
a scene
written.
when Sarah Connor runs into the young Carl Reese, and Carl Reese is trying to identify Carl Reese
Yes.
older. It felt like they lost their way,
Yes.
and then they kept walking.
Yes.
They just kept going and saying, you know what, fuck it. Let's just fuck this whole shit up. It don't matter now. We're deep in. We filmed about 45 minutes. Let's just keep going.
It's ridiculous.
Just keep going. And Arnie looks terrible. Arnie's too old for this shit now.
He's too
Literally
old.
too
He is
old
Danny
for
Glover.
this
He
shit.
is too old for this shit.
Like, you could have got them to do the X-Men shit where they morph out your face, make you
Yeah.
look a bit young. Something, no. Oh, what's the explanation? Oh, the skin on our Terminator is just like normal skin, so it grows old. Fuck off, you pussy hole. Sorry, I'm sorry. You have to suck out after chatting that shit. That's
I love
ridiculous.
it.
That's absolutely ridiculous.
Who directed Terminator Genisys?
Let's check. Let's look him up. Let's because he got to have something.
I don't think he's gonna
I'm
get any
go
more
in him.
movies.
Yeah, he ain't gonna. Even that part, I've seen a part. Oh. Why did they play Bad Boys as well?
Alan Taylor.
Oh, he done fucked up some.
Yeah,
films.
he's fucked up a few films.
4-2. I think that's him. 4-2.
Look at him. Look at
Yeah,
him.
you look like a
Look
bitch.
at your face,
You
Alan.
look like a bitch. Go Google Alan Taylor
Go
right
Google
now.
Alan Taylor.
And yeah, 4-2, which was terrible. Terminator Genisys, terrible. What's that?
Bruh, he's actually... See, that's why Emilia Clarke got the role, because he's...
She done
he's-
Game of Thrones. He's from a
he's-
Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
He's
he's
a
done
Game
a
of
lot of
Thrones.
Game of Thrones episodes.
Yeah, you're shit. You're
And
shit,
Boardwalk
Alan Taylor.
Empire.
Shit film, shit Jai Courtney, shit Terminator. Don't go and see it. We're done.
Yeah, I don't like Alan Taylor.
I don't like Alan Taylor. I don't like
if
anything
he
about Terminator.
gets to direct another one of these big sci-fi blockbusters, I'm not going to go
Gonna
see
have a
it.
real problem with that.
Yeah. And I actually have a Cineworld card. I don't have to pay for movies.
And
But I won't go
Alan
see it.
Taylor's
if
so
he
bad
directs
that
it.
you might not go and see another Alan Taylor.
I
movie.
don't think I will go see
I don't
another
think you
Alan
will.
Taylor
I don't
movie.
think you will. No one will.
I didn't even hate The Dark World, but I understand why a lot of people don't like it.
I think it's one of the worst Marvel movies ever.
I can understand that.
Really
I can
bad.
definitely understand
And
that.
I've watched it about 3 times now. 3 times.
I watched
now.
it about 2 months ago,
Yes, real bad.
and it had a lot of things in it that bothered me. But I kind of liked it, but I understand why people don't like it. I do.
But I don't think he's got a career after
I
this.
don't think. I think if you have made the first film to not make 100 mil in America,
You look, yeah,
you might as well go to indies now, fam.
yeah.
You're not gonna get a studio movie again.
Bollywood, stroke Nollywood is calling, man.
Yeah.
Just keep it moving. Just
Yeah.
keep it moving. But let's get out of that.
Yeah, let's leave, please,
dead
please,
that.
let's leave
move
this alone.
on. And I
Goodness.
mean, right now, we're going to be doing what we do with every podcast. We're going to be doing an urban classic movie review. So we're going to take
yes, we have
a
to let them
movie
know, yes.
that's, from the 90s or the early 2000s.
You are locked into Urban iPlayer Radio, the world's first urban podcast network.
Cool. Yeah, so now we're done with Terminator, the worst Genesis movie ever made.
Terminator Genisys.
And now we're going to do a spot that I'm really looking forward to.
Oh,
We're going to
yeah.
be doing this as it's a regular spot within the Two Urban Guys of the Movies review. And basically...
Sorry, before you carry on, just make sure you go check out at urban_iPlayer.
Yeah.
That's our Instagram.
Insta.
I was going to say our Instagram, you know. Our Instagram and our Twitter at urban_iPlayer. Make sure you go
Same
check us
handle
out.
for both. Same handle for both. Not hard. Follow, comment, like. We're going to reference some of this stuff here. So if you got anything you want to say, if you want to agree, disagree, maybe you like Terminator.
Yeah,
if you
give us
did,
your
you're
views,
weird.
yeah.
But if you did, fine. You know, someone got to like it. So just let us know. And you know what I'm saying? We love to interact with the people.
Yeah.
We love hollowing out to everyone that's
And trust me, we will talk back.
Trust me, man. Trust me.
We
We're all
will
about
answer
that.
everybody. So
We're all about that. So yeah,
talk
holler
to
at us on the Instagram or at the Twitter. Once again at urban_iPlayer.
Yeah.
So now, what we're gonna do? We're gonna jump into the urban classic movie review.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're gonna every podcast we're gonna review a movie that's come out within the 90s or the early 2000s.
I must say, Enigma, you picked a great one here.
This is a classic, and this is a classic to
yeah.
start with.
Real talk.
And I think we're gonna school some people about.
I think so, because this is, for me, when you picked it, I was like, oh, snap, I need to go into my collection to see if I still got it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I got it on VHS, I got it on DVD. I thought I had it on download. I thought I had like a thingy copy, like a MP4 copy or something. And I went through my entire collection. Please understand, my collection is bigger. Like I said, we are not film buffs. We are cinephiles. Like, I've probably got the biggest movie collection anybody knows. Like, is that
I
real?
agree with that. I agree with that.
Like, seriously.
I agree with
like, it's big. It's in storage right now. It doesn't actually, it can't fit anywhere.
in storage.
Yeah,
That
real
says all.
talk.
That says all.
So now, I've moved on to files, hence cinephiles. Now, bruv, I surpassed gigabytes a long time ago. I surpassed terabyte a long time ago. Like, real talk, my numbers are in, I think I'm touching 5 or 6 terabytes.
That's a lot of motherfucking movies.
Yeah. And
That's
I've
a
got
lot
them in
of
genres.
movies.
I literally went through them and sorted them out into genres. But anyway, my point is, I went through all of them and could not find a copy of Above the Rim.
Above the Rim.
Above the motherfucking rim. And I was like, what the hell is wrong? Like, I pride myself on having black movies. Like, my black movie collection is humongous.
It's deep. It's deep.
And
It
I was
runs
like,
deep. It
I
runs
was like,
deep.
Enigma, what's good? We need to review Above the Rim, and I haven't got it. And my download game has been shut down by my service provider. I'm not going to say who they are, but they are some assholes.
you can
Okay,
piss
yes, I
off.
will. Sky, bastards. Hey,
Same here, Sky.
Anyway. So yeah,
Locking down people's
they
torrents.
locked everything, so I couldn't even like go online and download it. So thankfully,
I
you
had a
came
copy.
through.
Yeah, I had a copy.
He's
Yeah.
got a copy. He came through and slid the copy by. And real talk, as soon as I picked it up, I put it straight in and I watched it straight away.
Straight.
And I'm not gonna lie, I was gassed.
Straight.
It was like I was back in, what year was it? 93?
90.
I even know what year that was.
94 came out. 94 came out. 94. Tupac's third movie.
What? This is
All
part
right.
of my childhood.
You give him a little breakdown of what
Yeah.
Above the Rim is really about.
Above the Rim is basically about this young guy. Shit, what is his name? Dwayne Martin. What's his character? I know it. Like, shit.
Man,
is-
so do I.
Oh, how can I do this? I know
So do
everybody's
I.
name.
Yeah.
Boogaloo is Marlon Wayans. And you know, I got IMDb.
You gotta look at this shit. You gotta look at
Yeah,
this.
so I got IMDb. It's actually upsetting. I hate when I have a mind like.
Why do I think it's Kyle? Is it not Kyle? Is it
I
Kyle?
think it is Kyle.
It could be Kyle. Kyle?
It is. You was
Yeah,
right. It's Kyle Lee Watson. See, I
Kyle.
knew it.
There
And the
you
reason
go.
why I didn't say Carl is because we just talked about Carl
Kyle,
Reese.
motherfucking Reese. But yeah,
Terminator
guy.
Genisys.
Yeah.
Anyway, so basically, it's a story about this young high school basketball player, Kyle Lee Watson, who's basically a dope basketball player. He's very greedy though. Basically, he's this young upstart. He's a bit fiery, a bit feisty. He's a great basketball player. He's got a great future ahead of him. He wants to go to college and play college ball, and he's on his way. But he has a bit of an issue with authority and
Bit of an ego, bit
Yeah, a bit of an
arrogant,
ego, bit
very
arrogant.
cocky.
Yeah.
He knows he's good, but
yeah.
feels like basically he's entitled to whatever's going to come to
Exactly.
him. Yeah, doesn't have to work for it. But
Yeah.
And he's a very selfish basketball
Very
player.
selfish basketball player.
So-
So in comes Birdie, Tupac, who's basically the hood guy. He is basically the area gangster. Everybody knows him.
He's the man.
He's that guy. No one really messes with him. He rolls with a team. He rolls with Wood Harris. Hilarious. Wood Harris. Is this Wood Harris's first film or something?
Gotta be.
Because no one knew Wood Harris before.
Wood Harris,
before
if you don't know, Avon Barksdale.
Avon Barksdale
in
from The Wire.
Wow.
Yeah, like...
That's his main boy. He rolls with them too.
It's so interesting that he went from being the sideman to being the main guy in The Wire, which is quite interesting. So anyway, Birdie is this main guy. He's the gangster in the hood. He's got all the chicks, got all the gangster guys around him, whatever. And basically, this whole film is based around this basketball tournament called the Shootout. And Carl basically trying to... I mean, what would you say is ultimately about? Carl is basically trying to... He wants to make it to
He
college
wants to make
ball.
it to the top. He wants to make it to the top. And he feels like, he don't need no help, basically. And also, this shootout competition is coming up. It's a good exposure for him.
Yeah.
Scouts will be there, etc., etc. So he makes plans to run or play with Tupac's team, basically.
Yeah.
But there's a spanner that comes into the works.
Yeah.
When Mr. Cool Runnings himself,
Hilarious.
Leon. Yeah, he's basically the main guy from Cool Runnings. If everyone know Cool Runnings. Yeah, comes into the picture.
Yeah,
and kind of, one, he starts beating his mum, and I don't mean beating as in physically assaulting her. I mean sexing his mum, which is not great. And two, he also comes and starts working at the basketball. Well, he gets a job offer.
Works at the school, innit?
Works at the school.
Sorry, can I just make a point? I don't know why. And I kind of knew this from before. Didn't really think it, maybe because I was too young. But I found Carly Watson's mum very attractive.
Yes.
I don't know.
In a very wholesome way.
Yeah.
In a very wholesome
I don't
way.
know what it was. Like, I'm watching a movie and I'm like,
why am I feeling you?
Nice.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, she's kind of nice still. So basically, Leon comes into the picture. He has some issues that... Basically, what happened is he was playing basketball with one of his brethren one time on top of a roof. I do not know why they were playing it on top of a roof, but they were playing a game where you have to touch the backboard of the basket. His friend went to touch it, backboard broke, and his friend went off the building. From then, Leon kind of went crazy.
Yeah, he went a little crazy.
And left behind his brother, who is Tupac Birdie.
Yeah.
So now Leon has come back for his mother's funeral.
Yep.
They have the funeral.
Yep.
And now... he's also working at the school because he has to have a job. He's not a bum. And it's all about,
he kind of ends up being Carl Reese's mentor without even trying to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have a lot of falling outs. They fight and argue a lot, which is quite interesting because they don't really know each other. But yeah, it's almost like that unspoken father figure that he ends up becoming towards him. And he doesn't want to be.
You're always going to be tense at a man that comes into your house and start beating your mum. If that's happened to you and you're listening to this now, like, it's not nice, be honest. When it happened, you didn't tell your friends about it.
Real talk.
So it's not a nice situation to be in.
Like, someone comes in your house and say, "Oh, see, who's that?" You ain't gonna say, "Oh, that's the dude that's being my mum."
Nah,
you're gonna lie and say,
you're
"Oh, that's my
gonna
uncle."
say,
You just say, "That's my uncle."
Straight uncle.
It's my uncle.
I didn't know you had. Yeah,
it's my uncle.
He just come down from
he
Birmingham.
just come down. He's not staying long.
Nah. Then
But then when he stays, you have to say, "Oh no,
then
he's staying there."
you have
for
to
a
flip
little
it. Then you have to flip it.
Yeah. No, he lives in there. Innit? Like, he's helping mom out. Like, he does the shopping and stuff. But you're not gonna admit that he's beating your mum. It's as simple as that.
So Kylie got to deal with all that. He's got the pressures of trying to impress Birdie, so he can get to the shootout, and also people like scouts that are coming to try and sign him up.
Did you notice who the scout was, by the way?
And don't tell me what. It's not Iceberg Slim.
No.
But he's a
the
drug
legend
dealer.
in 2 games.
Yeah.
The legend in 2 games,
I can't remember
like
his name.
Pee Wee Kirkland, man.
There you go, Pee Wee Kirkland.
Jeez.
I knew it was something like
Yeah.
that. Pee Wee Kirkland's one
And
of
it's
the
crazy
scouts.
when I was watching, I was like, "Oh snap, that's Pee Wee Kirkland."
If you don't know, and you might not, Google Pee Wee Kirkland.
Pee Wee Kirkland.
Read his story. Legend in both games.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Was a sick basketball player back in the day. Kind of left the game to start shooting, and anyway, check him
Basically
out.
that.
Yeah, it's basically
and he's
that,
up.
yeah.
He's up in there. But I mean, above the rim, basically is that. It's about Kylie's tribulations and what happens when he runs with the wrong crowd, as in Tupac, and how if Leon could try and help him through this situation. It's a brilliant movie, man.
We have to mention, obviously, one of Marlon Wayans' first appearances as Boogaloo.
Mr. Scary Movie himself, Marlon Wayans. Yeah,
he does well in this movie. His character, he plays a good character. His character's he's actually a pivotal character in the film because he basically plays Carl Lee Watson's old school sidekick and old school friend. Yeah, he's never quite
grown up type of thing.
Yeah, just come out of prison. Rekindles that friendship them two had. Couple of gay moments, like the part when he's pissing, which is kind of hilarious, but really gay. He's like, it's so big.
Yeah, it was weird, isn't it? I didn't like that. Even now, I didn't like it.
Yeah, I know. It's very funny and weird. But he plays a great role. Another person for me who steals every scene he's ever in any film he's in. Rest in peace, the one and only late great Bernie motherfucking Mac. Bernie Mac's my uncle. I don't care what no one. I fucking love that guy.
He really kills it in this movie, though. He's only in a handful of scenes as well.
He's only in a handful of scenes and he's freaking hilarious.
He really does do his thing. I mean, if you haven't seen it, I really recommend. You can't find it anywhere on YouTube or download. I'll be real with you. You're gonna have to buy this shit. You're gonna have to buy it. Yeah, but it's on Amazon, about £3-4. You'll be able to get it.
It's worth it.
It's so worth it. Do you not think it's an urban movie of the 90s that sums up the 90s in a real good way?
It's an actual classic.
Seriously.
Whether
in the music, like the clothes,
we're not
the actors.
We'll go to the music in a second.
We'll go to the music.
Not yet.
But all of that, if you really want a feel of 90s hip-hop and 90s basketball, that one movie epitomizes it all.
See, and that's the thing. You can remember growing up in the 90s, yeah? Right, growing up in the 90s, mid-90s, around the 94 mark, when you was probably still in school and whatever, what was the one thing we all, aside from girls, what was the one thing we cared about? Basketball.
That's all anyone cared about.
Basketball. If you were young, black, because it wasn't always football. No. But obviously for some of the white kids, it was football. If you were young and black and you're from like, especially like if you're from, I don't even want to talk about like East or West or whatever because we're from South, innit? But all I know is that the courts were full in summertime. Girls used to come there. Mans wanted to play ball. People wanted to show off. It was all about ball. And this was around this time. This was the days of 3-on-3s, Midnight Madness, all this kind of stuff.
Adidas street ball tournaments.
What?
All of that shit.
So a film like Above the Rim sums up that era to a T.
Perfectly. The whole thing. The soundtrack. Let's
talk about the sound.
I'ma just reel off some of the shit.
Go through.
Regulate. Warren G. Nate Dogg.
All right, let's not get it twisted, yeah. This is hands down easily the biggest song of that year.
Standard.
Of that year, period.
Turned Warren G into a star. It got to number 1 in
the UK, fam.
Hard.
That's crazy.
Hard.
That's crazy.
I bought the single out here.
Bruv, me too.
Out here.
It had about 6 versions.
Yeah, with Michael, my boy.
Had the Michael McDonald version,
which I used to love. I used to love that version.
I still listen to it.
Love that version.
Are you mad?
Yeah, that's
classic.
You know, Regulate. You grew up on that shit. Like,
straight
seriously.
Up.
And also,
I don't think there's a person alive that doesn't know the intro or probably all the words.
Everyone knows Regulate.
Do you get me?
Everyone knows. Then we got Part-Time Lover, H-Town.
Oh. And you know they play that in the movie, right? Damn. You know how gassed when I heard that in the club scene. Oh.
Yeah. When you're trying to get him to meet the girl and all that. Yeah. Part-Time Lover. If you don't know, that's a classic slow jam from the 90s that is kick-started H-Town, who are one of the kings of slow jams.
Real talk.
And that was it's an amazing song. Check it out. Check it out.
Yeah, seriously.
SWV, Anything. Which for me kind of sums up the movie. When I think of that film, I think of that movie because the video had a lot of above the rim shots in it and all of that. It was very much tied in.
When the remix, because that was Anything, the remix with Wu.
Oh,
remember? Oh my god.
Go Google that or YouTube that.
If you don't know, you need to get to know. Please go get that.
And also Afro Puffs, Lady of Rage.
Come on.
Once again,
come on.
One of the hardest tracks to ever come from a female MC to this day. Just hard. Just hard. She weren't commercial. She weren't trying to look good.
She just spit bars.
That's it.
Can you remember that beat? Do you remember that sub bass? That was just grimy, bro. People don't understand what Death Row was doing back then.
Seriously. And this was a Death Row soundtrack.
This was a Death Row
soundtrack. Death Row album. There was a lot of Death Row artists on it. And I mean, even though...
And the soundtrack went platinum, innit?
Yeah, the soundtrack went platinum.
Not all soundtracks back in the day went platinum,
not back in the day. But this one was so good. And I've reeled off 4 classics and I've not touched other tunes on the album. There's a lot more other tunes.
You're forgetting about Pour Out a Little Liquor, which was in the movie. Was
days.
Pain in the movie?
Pain ain't on the
It's not
soundtrack, but it's on the movie.
Yeah, that's it.
Pain,
that's
Tupac, Pain, one of the best Tupac songs
Yeah,
ever.
real
The
talk.
beat, oh
It's
my
deep,
days.
it's deep.
When
It's
that
actually
shit
a
come
deep
in
tune.
and the graveyard scene.
Yeah. Oh my days. Big. Oh, you can't sleep on Second to None. Baby, I really didn't mean to turn you on. Big tune, though. Oh my God, I didn't mean to turn you on.
If you don't know, once again, if this is why it's a classic.
Yes.
Because if you don't know about 90s basketball, 90s fashion,
Yeah.
90s music, this film can do it all for you.
It gives
man.
you
It gives you a
everything.
nice, real show of. It's a picture of the 90s.
It's like that film is like a snapshot of the 90s
Real
captured
talk.
in an hour and a half.
Real talk.
So
Real
you
talk.
literally watch it and you're like, wow, I'm back in the 90s. again. It's crazy.
Brilliant performance by Tupac.
Probably one of his
got to talk
best.
on that. Probably one of his
Yeah,
best.
one of his. I don't
if
even
not
know
his
what
best.
his best performance is.
I don't know.
Because
I don't know.
he's so him in that film. Like
He's
plays
real.
this kind of little devil character, like because he's a proper bad guy. He's not a good guy.
Not a good guy.
Not a good guy. in this
He's
film.
he is genuinely a villain. Genuinely
Yeah,
a villain.
like the way he is towards his own brother. Do you know what I mean? Like that scene, the graveyard scene. That's the best. That's his best scene. Even though I love the
the
scene
range he shows in that though,
Yeah,
bruv.
I love it.
He's upset about the mum.
Yeah.
Then it's disappointment
breaking
in his
that-
brother.
yeah.
Then he wants him back. So there's that friendliness.
Yeah.
Then when he switches with him, the
Yeah,
anger.
it's that scene. What does he say to him? And he says, "Yeah, like me and you. If me and you are running this place, nothing can stop us." And Leon turns around and says, "What? And me come work for you?" It's like, "No, man. We brothers. We work together." He's like, "Nah, man." He's like, "Who the fuck you think you talking to? This ain't nutso." Nah, that seems real.
You need to watch that.
That seems real. I like packing that
If you
scene.
don't know about Tupac and his brilliant acting ability,
Yeah.
I will give him that. Literally, go watch that scene.
Do you know what other scene that might rival that? Is the scene when Leon's walking to work and Tupac's waiting for him. He's kind of like a little devil and he's just like following him, tormenting him.
Yeah,
And he's just like, was it? It's a beautiful fucking morning. Watching my brother on his way to work. It's a great fucking day. Like, I love that scene because he's like he's tormenting him and then he tries to walk off and then Pac just kind of gets pissed off and stops him. Say, don't walk away from me when I'm talking to you. We're having a
Straight,
moment.
straight.
And it was like, I was like, yeah, this is Pac.
real shit. That's
This is
some
Pac. This
real
is like,
shit. You
man.
felt that that's how Pac would deal with the
Yeah.
situation.
I miss him.
I gotta ask
I
you a
miss
question.
him.
I gotta ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you think, because this happens later on in the movie, the razor blade trick? Do you think he done that for real? Pac does a trick with a razor blade where he literally takes a razor blade out of his mouth
Yeah.
and puts it back in. Do
Yeah.
you think he done that?
Yeah, I do.
Like with a real razor blade?
I kind of do.
That's a
I
real
think.
nigga.
I think.
That's a real
for
nigga.
real,
Nah, for real. I
Bruv,
ain't
I
putting
think
razor blade
Pac
in
had
my
a
mouth.
side to him, innit?
Serious.
I think because I mean, like we was talking in it, even with Ice, we were saying it. You were saying it earlier on when we were saying I was reading about Tupac and shit. Like even when he was talking about how he used to act and stuff, innit? Like how he came into acting and when he was developing his acting style, he says, "Look, I don't even need to act because I'm watching all these people." And I think it was even you were saying it, like. He's watching all these people and it's like, I can do what they do.
No, Ice was saying.
Like,
Yeah, that's what Ice was saying.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
so
saying.
it's like if saying I could do what they do. So it's almost like it's an extension of him. So he's almost not even trying that hard to be these characters because those characters are inside him. So he can find a way to put them out and give them to us.
Those are the best performances
Yeah.
usually as well when
I
it's
mean,
personal.
To be honest, he had so much more to give. Obviously, he was taken early, but
Is he the best hip hop rapper actor?
to be honest, it's sad to say, but he possibly is. Even
Is he
with
better
his
than
still
LL?
Body of work. Yeah, I think he is.
Is he better than Ice?
Cube,
Like,
yeah.
I'm gonna be real. I love Ice Cube's achievements, but
He's
Ice
not
is
a great actor.
Not a great actor.
No, he's not. But I
Do
still
you?
love him.
Speaking of Ice Cube
Yeah.
and bad movies, do you remember On Deadly
That's
Ground?
funny.
Do you remember On Deadly Ground?
Dangerous Ground.
No, Dangerous
Well,
Ground.
he's
Yeah,
South
that
African.
one. Yeah. Literally watched it 2 days ago.
Are you serious?
Literally was on Film 4 the other day.
No way.
With Elizabeth Hurley.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's real. But if you haven't, just go watch it. It's something Ice doesn't want to talk about anymore. I'm sure. I'm sure he doesn't want it mentioned. But yeah, On Dangerous Ground. He's. Let me just say this: Ice Cube as a South African. Like you, how did they pitch that? What meeting did it? You say, you know what, bro? We ain't Ice Cube as a South African. That's how they pitched it, and the dude was like, "Fuck it, we ain't got nothing else. We ain't got nothing else, so it may as well.
Shit.
Like we can run with this. It's real bad. For that movie alone, he should.
If I love it. That's so hilarious.
And I know me and you disagree. Triple X 2 is also a joke.
I don't care what
it's
no
a
one
joke.
says. No.
It's a
no,
joke.
No,
it's a joke.
no. Enigma? No. I don't care what
It's
no
a
one
joke.
says. I love Triple X 2. I'll
It's
tell
a comedy.
you why I like
it's comedy.
No, but it is. It's got humor in it. But not in a way
Not
you
intentional.
No, it has got intentional humor.
Okay,
in it.
well, yeah.
It has.
Yeah.
But what I think you're missing the point of Triple X 2. Triple X 2, yeah. Do you remember when we went through a season of Joel Silver films? And you know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about the Romeo Must Dies, the Exit Wounds, the you know, all
The
of them
popcorn /
hip hop,
urban hip hop movies.
Yes.
Romeo Must Die, Cradle to the Grave,
That's it.
all of them ones.
Them
there.
ones.
Yeah.
To me, remember Half Past Dead?
Yeah, Half Past Dead.
Yeah.
You putting it in that bracket?
It is though.
It's not fair though. No, it shouldn't be.
But it is.
Because
It's
Triple
literally
X
that.
is a big action franchise movie.
But why do you
Triple
think there's
X
rappers
2,
in it?
huh?
Why do you think there's rappers in it?
In the first one?
No, Triple X 2.
But they tried to make it urban. They tried to Joe Silver it. For real.
Yes,
They tried
did.
to Joe Silver
And
it.
they succeeded.
So Exhibit, also, if you don't know, is one of
Yeah.
his sidekicks in it.
Yeah.
And Marvin Gaye's...
Nona Gay.
No, Nona Gaye's...
She
I ain't got no problem with her.
Is
in it.
amazing.
I ain't got no problem with her in it.
Oh my
But even
goodness.
though, why is she so tall compared to Ice Cube,
I
though?
know.
This is what I'm saying. Ice was... Do you know how wrong Ice was for that
I don't
movie?
like Amazonian bitches. I just
This is what I'm saying. I hate Amazonian bitches.
I
But
hate
Ice was
Amazonian bitches.
wrong for that movie. Ice Cube, I love you, dude, but you was wrong.
man.
So, he's worse than Pac.
Can I tell you why I like that film so much?
Okay, go on.
I like it because it's like easy listening. Like, you know something you'd have to think. It's like you have to think twice about putting it in a press and play. You just watch it. It's like an easy watching movie. Like, it's so easy listening if you're comparing it to that. Like, I put it in and I don't have to think twice about it. I'm like, yeah, let me just watch something that's got a little comedy, a little action, and it's fast paced, and it's got a little bit of eye candy. Yeah, let me just flick it on the press
I
play.
can go to TMC and watch Steven Seagal do that and catch a lot more jokes.
You're right.
I
But
can
no,
catch a lot more jokes.
You're right, but Triple X 2 gives you the same thing. I love it. I
You know what?
genuinely love it.
I'm gonna review it again. I'm gonna look at it.
And you want to know something crazy? I actually prefer number 2 to number 1.
You're nuts, though. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Now you've crossed the line. That's
Number
ridiculous.
2 is more watchable.
I'm not
than number
saying. I'm not saying. No. You know what? Actually, I actually agree with you. It's more watchable.
Yeah.
But it's not a better film.
one. Okay, it's not a better film, but
It's more watchable. But it's
Yeah.
no. It's definitely because I can't watch Triple X all the way through. To be fair, but it's got some dope scenes.
It
in
has.
It's got some really good
But
scenes.
number 2, I can watch all the time. It's just so easy to watch. I'm not even saying it's amazing. I'm just saying I can always, like, if it's on, I'll watch it.
So going back, so
Yeah.
Pac, better than Ice, better than LL,
Yeah.
better than Ice T.
Yeah. And I like Ice-T.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
Ice
he
had a
is.
nice little run on
Yeah.
SVU.
It's still going on,
Yeah,
fam.
it's still
Not
going on.
finished,
Do
not
your thing.
finished.
Do your thing.
15 years.
Is there any other notable rapper actors I'm missing out? 50, terrible.
Can you... Hilarious.
No, 50 Cent's shit.
Yeah,
He's
he's
a terrible
not
actor.
great. He's
not
not,
a
good
great
at all.
actor.
He's not good at all. I don't like to put him into the mix, but can you include Will Smith? Because he was a rapper first. He may be the biggest black actor, but he was actually a rapper first.
Yeah. I think you have to. So then Will is the best.
Will is the best. But Tupac would have been that.
Yeah, definitely.
He would have
He
surpassed
was
Will.
going down that route.
Yeah,
He
I
was
truly
definitely
believe
going
that.
down route.
And you know, weirdly enough, do you know what I actually think Pac's best performance was? And it's actually none of these hood movies. It's Gridlocked.
Brilliant film.
That
Brilliant
film had me captivated. Him and Tim Roth. And look at Tim Roth. Tim Roth is
Went on
that
to do
kind of guy.
others-
He's that actor.
That Oscar shit. And Tandy
Yeah.
Newton as well. She went on to do that type of shit. So you could tell and he
He-
hung with all of them.
Yeah.
It was not like he was out of place. It's not like he looked like a rapper that's acting. He always came across believable.
He held it. He like. Did you ever watch Gang Related?
Yep.
Good movie.
Yep. With
Like, James Belushi. And Leela Rashawn.
Yep. Oh,
She looked amazing in that film. Oh God, she looked good in that film.
and then obviously had Juice, classic.
Oh,
Poetic
God.
Justice,
Yeah.
classic.
Yeah.
He had movies.
He had
dude.
movies.
He had
Like, he was
He
still
done
on
his
his
thing.
way. Like, he was
done
gonna.
his thing.
If he had done Baby Boy, I'm not dissing Tyrese because Tyrese killed that movie.
Yeah, he's good.
That
And
movie
I now
made
think
his
Tyrese is
career.
a good actor.
He's a very good actor.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I would have loved to have seen
Oh, that
the
would have been
Tupac
amazing.
version.
That would have been amazing.
You feel me? The Tupac version of Baby Boy.
That would have been brilliant.
Not to shit
They couldn't
on
have had
Tyrese's
Snoop trying to
performance.
mug him off though.
Yeah, that would have been
That wouldn't have
hilarious.
worked because Snoop looked
Yeah, come on. That tank top.
really ill in that film. Really ill.
Someone should have given him
you
some
really
chicken,
didn't look
'cause-
great. Because you looked like you was a baby boy.
Yeah.
Like you really, that's how skinny man looked. Like you hadn't grown up yet. Like, that's how bad you actually looked.
Yeah, he needed a couple of chicken.
But I mean, look, let's just say Let's wrap it up with Above the Rim. It's a classic.
Yes.
If you haven't seen it, please go out. Go right now. Go online, order that. When it comes, trust me, you will thank us for it.
Before we finish, I just want to say can we actually rate these movies though?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
Can we rate them in Afropix? Like,
Okay.
We are two urban guys at the movies.
Yeah, okay. I like that. I like that.
Like, I mean, usually Afropix, they have like 10 sticks.
Yep.
Like, so how many sticks? Like, does it get a full comb?
Above the Rim?
No, Straight Out Compton. Let's go back to the beginning.
Okay. Let's start from the beginning. Straight Out Compton. So a full comb. Are you saying is that a perfect? It's not a perfect movie, is it? But
It's near. But
is that a 9?
Okay,
9 out of 10, 10 out of 10?
I wouldn't give it a full comb.
I'll give it 9 sticks though.
9 sticks.
I'll give it 9 sticks. 9 sticks out of 10.
9 sticks. So I can comb a good afro still.
You really can.
Yeah, it can. Okay, I agree with that because I truly loved it. I got emotional. I'm not even gonna lie. I was talking to someone today about it, and they tried to laugh at the Eazy-E scene when he found out that he was having AIDS and said it was funny.
It's not funny though.
I said there was not, like, the part where he said I'm okay, doc. Like that scene got me. Like that scene emotionally.
You didn't know about AIDS
got
back
me,
then,
fam.
and they didn't know about that.
Because I mean, as a man, put yourself in Easy's position. I'm not going to talk about this for long. I just want to touch on this one point. But put yourself in Easy's position. Like, if you were that guy thinking that everything's fine with you, you're good. And then someone's coming and telling you that you're going to die in about 6 weeks.
Real short as well.
And you're like, but I feel fine. What would you say to that doctor? Do you know what I'm saying? And what, to be honest, what he said is everything I think I would have said. So I was like, wow, this is deep.
That was a deep scene. That guy got a future. Easy, that actor.
Yeah.
He got a future. He's a good actor, man. He's a good actor.
Love that. So yeah, I'd give it 9 sticks.
Get him that 9 sticks.
Terminator
Genisys.
Genisys. Personally,
That's a brush.
yeah, that's a fucking brush. I can't even comb my hair with that
you
shit.
can't comb your hair with that shit.
You can't comb your hair with that
brush.
shit. That
It's a
shit don't
brush.
work. Like, it's like one pick.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
It'll take you like,
if you ain't even got no pick, it's a brush.
It's a brush, that's it.
A brush for Terminator Genisys.
you know when you just scratch your head with it, because that's all it can do. It's dead. Don't
Dead.
go and see it.
Above the Rim.
Oh my God. I don't know, I fucking love Above the
I
Rim.
gotta go full comb on that, man. I gotta go full.
I love it. I do love it.
It's
Yeah, it's in
deep
the
in my
heart.
heart.
Yeah,
bro.
I
It's
know,
deep in
I
my
know,
heart,
I know, I
Some
know.
movies get a bump up because of that. I'm gonna go 10 sticks for that.
10 sticks,
I'm
yeah?
gonna go 10
Okay.
sticks for that.
That's a
It's
full
classic.
comb.
It's classic. For
That's
me.
a classic. You know what? I can go with that. Because that soundtrack, you know when
Alone.
they say soundtracks make a movie? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. And it's the fact that it ends with Regulate. The movie ends with Regulate. Come on. And we're talking about back then.
And Regulate.
Even now you're watching it 20 years later and you're gassed. Think about it when it was fresh.
Oh.
Classic. You know one song we missed off the soundtrack that we forgot to talk about? Okay, 2 songs. Big Pimpin' for one.
Big Pimpin'.
I
Big Pimpin'.
was at the park one day. That's when I saw her face. She looked. Oh my God! Classic.
This is what I'm trying to say. This is what I'm saying.
Classic.
The soundtrack alone is worth getting. When you get the movie, get the soundtrack.
Get the soundtrack.
Get
Watch
the
the movie,
soundtrack
then
as well.
listen to the
soundtrack.
One last tune off the soundtrack, and it's hilarious because we always used to listen to the end of it because Regulate came next. Can you remember what tune it is?
No.
Oh my God. You know the way that I like it. Doggy style. Bruv, Doggy Style. We used to rinse
Doggy
it.
Style was a big tune.
Classic slow jam.
Doggy Style was a big tune.
Come on, baby. Oh my days. And
That soundtrack
that
was
dude had
deep.
some bars in it.
The soundtrack was deep, bruv. If it's got slow jams, hip hop, R&B,
So
that
his
everything
bar
up in
was,
there.
please understand, his bar was, baby, don't you move, you'll disturb my groove.
Straight.
Nah, he was talking about hitting it.
Sometimes you gotta just
Pause.
tell them how it is. Tell them how it is. Don't move.
That track is hard. I'm going to listen to that soundtrack when I go home. Swear down.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's wrap this up.
Okay. But you know
know.
what? That was great. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed that. But I mean, make sure you guys, and we're going to carry on a conversation on Twitter and
Yep.
on Instagram. So
Yep.
make sure you check us out at urban_iplayer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for both Instagram and Twitter.
Real easy.
Yeah, and just make sure you just check in with us, follow, make sure you like our pictures, our videos. Make sure you comment as well.
we will
And
comment
also
back.
let us know what you think about some of the films we reviewed.
Yeah, man.
And let us know what you think. I want to know what some of you guys think about, Straight Outta Compton, Terminator Genisys. I need to actually know if somebody liked Terminator Genisys.
please let
and
us
give
know.
me your perspective on the film because
why.
I truly think it was terrible. So I want somebody to try and convince me otherwise.
And also, if there's any movies you want us to review, let us know. Let us know. You know, I mean, if it fits the bill, it might make it. It might make it. So just let us know if there's any movies you've always wanted to hear a real review of.
Yeah,
let us know. Let us know. But boy, that's it from me, Mr. Enigma, and Mr. Kwame.
Yeah, man.
And that's two urban guys at the movies, y'all.
Until next time, get your tickets.
You are locked into Urban iPlayer Radio, the world's first urban podcast network.